there's 3 on Earth.
Spike down, mid. Last player standing.
Dude, the ARIES is just too good, man.
Yes, the ARIES was that broken. After the launch of episode 4, the exciting release of Neon, some map and gun changes, all anyone could talk about was this.
What is this gun? Wait, this has to be hotfixed.
A week later, the ARIES was nerfed. Thank God. And for me, it begs one very important question. Is it even possible to get any of these secondary or tertiary weapons right? Should Riot Games just leave us with our Phantom, our Vandal, and our pistols and let us go on our merry way forever? Let's discuss. Look, I'm hooked on Valorant. I'm addicted to ranked, I'm addicted to losing, and I'm addicted to buying skins. So if you want us to keep this Valorant content coming, make sure you scroll down, hit the subscribe button, like the video, and leave us a comment. Okay, so if you've been playing Valorant this act, I don't need to tell you just how overpowered the ARIES was a week ago. As far as the competitive community is concerned, the buffs to this LMG completely overshadowed the release of Neon. It instantly became the go-to half-buy weapon and could cut down even fully armed enemies with ease. Thankfully, Riot Games acted fast. On January 19th, just 8 days after the changes, they released patch 4.01, which included, well, almost exclusively sweeping changes to the ARIES. They made it more expensive, made the recoil more intense, made the bullet spread much wider, and perhaps most importantly, they made it much worse when crouching. And for the most part, I'd say that more or less it worked. The gun has become an option for half-buys, mostly on defense, but it's no longer the menace it was a week ago. Despite the fact that it's extremely loud still and very annoying to play against. And that, my friends, is where my thesis for today's video begins. The fact that even after the nerfs, even when the ARIES is just an option, it still tilts the shit out of all of us in ranked. And it's part of a larger trend of Riot trying to make these non-pistol, non-rifle guns work, only to end up with sometimes broken weapons and a play experience that's just not what anyone signed up for. And trust me, I know what I'm saying is true, because every other time it's happened, I've stood in front of a camera and complained about it. Seriously, if I get running sprayed by the Frenzy or the Stinger one more time, I'm gonna break my keyboard. Valorant gamers, rejoice. No longer will you be one pumped with a Bucky from 15 meters away like you're playing Fortnite. And this time, I'm here to ask the question. What if we just left the guns alone? What if we just let them suck?
Gretchen, stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to happen.
Now, to properly elaborate on my take here, let me take you back in time. Winter of last year, to be exact, when, believe it or not, running and gunning was way better than it currently is in Valorant.
It's so funny. Oh my god, that's so funny.
Riot had a half-buy gun with perhaps even more ubiquity than last week's ARIES on their hands. And well, you could basically Ferrari sprint around corners and clap kids with it. It cost 600 credits less than the Spectre, and even if you had the cash, you'd buy the Stinger. So naturally, Riot nerfed the Stinger, and now it sucks. But it terrorized our ranked games for months. Everyone was calling it the Stinger meta. And then, a few months later, when spring sprung in 2021, we had the Bucky meta. Riot wanted to make shotguns cool.
One enemy remaining.
He's at 130 now.
How you doing? Yeah.
Obscuring vision.
I was left. Oh, I hate this game.
And well, they turned this particular shotgun into a sniper rifle, and then subsequently nerfed it into the ground. And lastly, we have the meta right before the release of Neon, where the Spectre ruled all half-buy options. At Valorant Champs, for example, the Spectre was used 11.3% of the time. By far the most out of all non-full buy, non-pistol guns. Its closest competitor, the Marshall, sitting at a cool 1.7%. And we all know, much like the OG Stinger, you can still run and gun with this shit.
That's it, going quick here towards this A site. The spray from Zombs is damn good. Oh man.
I'm dead as. Nice.
Both side.
I hit 105 on Sage, on the right.
How does he get 2 kills off that? Dapper long range with that Spectre. Gonna be able to get 146 HP left on Zelsis. Dapper can do.
Nice!
Zombs, holy shit, that was amazing.
I don't know how I killed them.
Your Spectre's so good.
That was literally just like RNG.
Now, the reason for this little trip down memory lane is to help bolster my original point here. Maybe it's just time we leave these guns alone. Let them suck. The fact is, in games like Valorant and CSGO, players keep coming back for that sweet, sweet rifle feeling. And maybe the deagle that gets you there. Not to spray an LMG. We'll leave that to the COD pros. They can have it. And while, honestly, I commend Riot Games for trying to make these guns uniquely playable, I would just like to avoid another ARIES or Bucky meta. The way I see it, these guns are supposed to suck. They're supposed to be bad because the way the game plays out, they're just a stepping stone to that sweet, sweet Phantom burst. And I'm not alone in that opinion. Just ask any Counter-Strike fan. After years of things like the CZ functioning like an AK, the much maligned Krieg meta, and the Tech 9 back in 2014, which is eerily similar to the Stinger meta, CSGO fans began to just ask Valve to leave the guns alone. Glocks, Deagles, the M4, the USP, the AWP, and the beloved AK. That's it. That's all. There's a part of me that truly believes that if we left some of these afterthought weapons as the worst versions of themselves and started tuning some of that precise gunplay that we thought we were getting with the Phantom and the Vandal, our ranked games might be a little bit more fun. Now, with that said, I acknowledge that this is a rather nuclear take. And like I said in my last video, the fact that they've committed to movement-first agents like Jet and Neon that make for a faster, Overwatch-like experience is really appealing to new players and players that are just trying to have fun, not sweat. It's cool that you can be Raze and hold U-Haul on bind with a judge and just get him. It is neat how well the Odin combos with Sova's abilities. It's dynamic, it adds depth to the game. So maybe, in this particular video, more than any I've ever done, I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments whether you think I'm a crotchety old boomer who hates fun, or if they actually should just leave the damn guns alone. One time I tried to play Sky in ranked, and you try to communicate with your teammates, and you're on Breeze on A site, and you're like, I'm flashing triple, or I'm flashing double doors, and then you're like, oh, okay, let's go, and you're all like charging out of the cave like you're in Lord of the Rings or something, and then you get around the corner, and you're just like the only one there. You get shot in the head, and your whole team's still in the cave. So yeah, that's my rank experience. The key to rank: sentient teammates. Just one sentient teammate.